I had a really great run of not drinking.
How long?
8 days. Get on a plane for Hawaii. I have 2 drinks before takeoff. Fly sober. Land. No booze. At the hotel. No cocktails. Sleep. Wake up. Feel amazing. Workout. Amazing. Comedy is the reason I will be alive is because of comedy. Do 2 shows in Hawaii, 2 nights in Hawaii.
Oh, I didn't know you were doing shows.
Yeah. My stand-up sucks. And it's so bad. I can't even tell you. Everyone in Hawaii, thank you for coming out. I really appreciate it. I'm so sorry.
Stop.
I have nothing. I have no tentpole story I'm working on.
Yeah.
I have, usually when I build an hour, I usually have something really great when I'm building it. Something really great that I can go, at least they got that. And then I got 2 things I'm working on and I go, at least they'll see that. They'll know that was what I was working on. I don't know. I'm like, I got one story I got a couple stories that are okay, but like.
When did your special come out? March?
Yeah, and I made a mistake. I took 11 months off, and I should have never done that.
No, I think you did the right thing.
I think I'm so far removed from stand-up that like, it really is the first time in my life where it's taking a minute to get the rust off.
That's fine though. That's good.
And the people in Hawaii were awesome. I opened with a James Cook, the women of Hawaii joke.
How'd that land?
Not well.
What's the angle on it?
As soon as
I wish I was James Cook?
No, I said, one of my favorite stories about James Cook, and everyone's like, we're not huge fans of that guy. And I was like, this isn't going to go over well. I was like, it is a funny story.
Yeah.
They pull up to Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
And James Cook's
You don't have to whisper anymore.
Okay. James Cook's like, this is ASMR.
Okay.
James Cook's like, to the guys on his boat, he's like, all right, listen, we all have syphilis, and we all have rickets, okay? So I'm not letting you guys on this fucking island. And they're like, but we need fruit. And he's like, okay. Fruit and water, that's it. I'm going to send 2 you fucking people. I have 1 rule. Don't fuck the women. And they go, what about the fruit? Okay, 2 rules. Bring back fruit. Don't fuck the women. 2 rules, that's it. 2 you go. You understand me, 2 rules. And they go, yeah, boss, we got it. He's like, great. Sends them in a boat. They come back in the boat. And he's like, how did it go? And they're like, well, you're not going to be happy. Like, what? And they're like, we fucked a couple women. So now they have syphilis, so we might as well just go fuck them. That's what I opened with in Hawaii. And they were like, yeah, we know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, fucking shit.
And you're like, that's one of my favorite stories.
I just think it's so funny that I just thought, when I heard that story, I thought it made me giggle. They didn't like it. And then I by the end of the week, it's like you get the rust off yourself. I opened my first show Thursday with that. And then by the end of the week, I was like, fuck James Cook. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, do you want to know the crazy thing about James Cook? He couldn't swim.
Seriously?
He couldn't swim.
He's out navigating
the world. And apparently that was a tactic to keep your sailors, like you didn't want sailors who could swim.
Oh.
You wanted sailors who couldn't swim because then they really gave a fuck about no one abandoned the boat.
Right.
And so, he tried to take someone hostage and then they chased him in the water, bludgeoned him to death, and he couldn't get to the boat. He couldn't swim to the boat.
That's how he died?
Yeah. But that was, and then I started getting, I don't know if it's pandering, but there's an island called Nihao. Do you know that island?
Mm-mm.
It's privately owned by a white dude. And he has not let anyone on that island. There's like 80 indigenous people, like real Hawaiians. They sound different, they talk different, and they live on that island. It's the furthest island west in Hawaii, and it's just they bought it for $10 fucking grand back in the day when you could.
Well, I know they're not big fans of Zuck. He owns a lot of land there.
Zuckerberg, Steve Case, they all own Steve Case owns
Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison owns
that guy's
Lanai.
Yeah, he owns 98% of Lanai.
Yeah, and
by the way, looks like a villain.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, looks like when Schultz does his thing with his mustache.
Yeah.
It looks like that guy. Like the
that's what the what's it called? Iron Man kind of facial hair. It's all based on Ellison.
Wait, do you think Schultz knows that he's doing the villain thing when he rolls his mustache like that?
I don't know. It's probably
it's like I always wanted to ask him, because it is the villain thinking move.
Yeah.
And he does it so much.
No, I think it's probably unconscious.
It's like if I was just like, anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, it's like, hold your thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Maybe I'll start doing stuff.
You should start doing that. That would be perfect.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah. Dude, your opener there, that reminds me of the hardest I ever bombed.
In Hawaii?
No.
Because I was there for one of those.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Tom Segura. This is what they gave him James Cook rules, okay? We have 2 rules, guys. Number 1, do not mention Pearl Harbor. Number 2, do not make fun of the Hawaiians. Tom goes on stage, he goes, I got bad news. He goes, opening joke. They said island life is slow. I didn't know they were talking about your metabolisms. Wow, you guys are fat.
I was like,
I got lost walking around Pearl Harbor today. Lucky I ran into a couple Japanese folks. They really know this base like the back of their hand.
And then I said, I know that mahalo has a bunch of different meanings. Is one of them extra cheese? 'Cause you guys are so fat. Yeah, that was fun.
God, man.
And then they also were like, and don't curse. And we were all like, okay. And then we all just cursed anyway.
It's so crazy. We're teaching these guys to kill.
Yeah.
Like, ultimately, you go in the military, we're like, yo, I think the rule was, and correct me if I'm wrong, I am quoting, they were taught, if it's brown and it moves, kill it.
That was one of the things we heard. Yeah.
But don't curse in front of them.
Yeah, don't curse.
If it's brown and it moves. Russell Peters came on late.
Yeah.
He was the closing act.
Yeah, we're like, you're brown.
And Tom leans over to me and he goes, Russell Peters is closing this out. And they are taught, if it's brown and it moves, kill it. And Russell Peters is walking way too much on stage.
That was so fun. Well, the funny thing is you make a good point because it's all such a charade, right? Like they're like, don't say anything not nice. And you're like, for what? They're like, the admiral's wife is here. You're like, so what? There's fucking 8,000 people out here. Like we gotta do a show for her, and then everybody, and then our organizer was like, you guys just fucking ruined my life. The guy that booked us was like, thanks.
Are we talking about Charlie?
Well, yeah.
Oh my God.
Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call 2 bears, 1 cave.